Hey there, this is Lizzie from Lizzie's Dressing Table, and today I am going to be reviewing the fragrances that actually ended up on my summer dressing table. That could mean I procured them over the summer, I sniffed them and thought, wow, this is really great. These are mostly new discoveries, so I know that there are some content creators who will show you month by month what they have used, but I really apply a new fragrance every day. So without further ado, let's get into what I purchased over the summer and what I really enjoyed. So first of all, I have always been curious about the Diptyque brand, and they're a French company established in 1961. So I went into the Diptyque store near me and I purchased a tester box of perfume samples. I went in there with the full intention of purchasing a bottle of Eau de Sens, which is a very tuberose scent. I have just so much fallen in love with tuberose. I think really, in addition to rose, I think tuberose is the second most favorite floral of mine. So I not only got Eau de Sens, which I have featured in multiple videos, but I'm going to open this up, and the presentation is really pretty. So I got 5 of these tester samples, and they do give you a little bag that if you are traveling with one of these travel sizes, that you will be able to carry it in your bag. But this has Eau de Sens, it has Eau Rose, it has Eau de Sens, it has Papier, and it has Eau Duelle. So of the 5, I would have to say, of course, Eau de Sens is an absolute favorite. Now this is an EDT, so it's lighter than the perfume version, but I have showed this and I've shared this on multiple videos. So but for those who are just tuning in and are new to my channel, I love this. It's a tuberose fragrance born on the sea spray with notes of jasmine and orange blossom. That's according to the Diptyque website. And it's a lovely tuberose. Eau Rose is really beautiful. It's a lighter rose. And what I find with Diptyque is that their products are just very light. There is nothing extra. They're very simple. They're very beautiful. I would compare them to Jo Malone as far as the purity and the simplicity of the fragrances. They're one of my favorite houses, even though I haven't smelled a lot of Diptyque scents. What I have is been wonderful. But I have to say, now I am not wild about Eau de Sens or scents. To me it smells a little too candyish, a little too floral. But I have to say that I absolutely love L'Eau Papier. I mean, it literally smells like paper. To me, it's such a cool scent, and I'm going to spray it because my best boy Grip is here, and he really enjoys smelling the touches after I spray them. It's very clean. It's very musky. It contains white musks, mimosa, which I absolutely love, blonde woods, and a rice steam accord. So it's very light. It's very much a skin scent. And I just think it's so cool that it reminds me of paper. Definitely a library scent, I'd say. So yeah, and I think it's unisex. So you may have a hard time reading this because it is on a glass bottle, and it's the type is not very, very bold. Low Papier is great, and I love, love, love Eau Duelle. So I'm going to spray this one too, and I think that this is definitely going to be a very lovely transition scent from the summer into the fall. Eau Duelle includes vanilla, pink peppercorn, cypriol, calamus, which is also known as sweet flag, which is a tall wetland plant with scented roots. This is really warm, and it's not a terribly heavy vanilla. Not like you would find with some of the heavier gourmands. But yeah, I really like Diptyque. And I did purchase a very small decant of their Philosophos, which is, I know a lot of people are fans of Philosophos too. But yeah, I made the investment. I was going to buy a bottle, but then I saw that they had a sampler kit, and I am a sucker for a sampler kit. So yeah, my exploration into Diptyque has really only just begun. But if you like Diptyque, please give me your recommendations. What do you really like as far as Diptyque perfumes, eau de toilettes? Because I would love your suggestions. And what is really nice is it came in this this bag. So the presentation, if you purchase something in the store, is going to be very, very nice. So, and I found that another source for perfume, not that there's any shortage of sources for perfume out there, but Anthropologie, which is a store I really like. I often can't afford some of the outfits in Anthropologie, but I saw this, and this is Juliette Has a Gun sampler kit, and so I thought, you know what, I have yet to smell a scent from Juliette Has a Gun, also known as JHAG as the acronym, but of course they are known for their perfume, Not a Perfume, which I thought was pretty interesting. I wore it on its own, which I know is totally not the point of it. You have to use it with something else. And if any of you use Not a Perfume and you have pairings, I would love to know what the pairings are. I know you can pair it literally with most everything, and I think that this is strictly just an ambroxan note. But yeah, I'm of course one of those few that hasn't really smelled Not a Perfume. But the sampler kit, and I will read off what it contains. The Discovery Kit also includes Miami Shake, Ex Vetiver, Ode to Dullness, Powder Love, which is a newer scent for JHAG, Pear Ink, Lust for Sun, and Vanilla Vibes. So I have smelled Ode to Dullness, which I thought was really nice. I have tried Pear Ink, which I absolutely love pear scents. Vanilla Vibes was really nice. It's more of a vanilla type floral. And Lust for Sun. And I'll tell you, I did invest in a bigger bottle. So I will share with you what I purchased, and mentioning the fact that I love tuberose scents, you might have already guessed, but this came in recently, so I invested in JHAG's Lust for Sun, which I know is an extremely popular fragrance of theirs. It came out in, when did it come out? I think it came out not that long ago, but there she is, Lust for Sun. And oh my goodness, when I sprayed this, just trying it from the tester, I thought this is the most beautiful, tropical, white floral, oh, it's glorious. I mean, I love the white florals. And it's got a magnetic cap, which is really nice, but makes it kind of heavy. But it contains ylang ylang, orange blossom, coconut, vanilla, and musks. And what is really interesting, which, I haven't heard anybody mention this, but Juliette Has was established by Romano Ricci, who is the great-grandson of Nina Ricci. And so she was a legendary fashion designer, and he is also the grandson of Robert Ricci, who created L'Air du Temps. So I haven't heard anybody mention that. And anyone who's familiar with my channel knows I love history. I love perfume history. And so, yeah, I was very interested to learn that. But oh my gosh, Lust for Sun. I really want to get more into the solar scents. I refuse to think that summer is just about over, which, it's over as of September 21st or 22nd. And where I am in the Midwest, summers are very fast. So we try to enjoy it while it lasts, but here's how it came. And I'll repackage it up. But yeah, it's a 3.4 fluid ounce bottle, and I purchased it on a third-party discount retailer, so I got it for $65. So yeah. So, all right. And so another scent that I got a travel size from Fragrance Net. So Fragrance Net, I requested a travel bottle of L'Interdit EDT. I was curious about it simply because this was known as Audrey Hepburn's perfume, although I have the Eau de Toilette version. And oh my gosh, I thought it was just glorious. So L'Interdit EDT was launched in 2019, even though the original L'Interdit, which was created for Audrey Hepburn, was released in 1957. And according to the research that I did, this current version, which was created by Dominique Ropian, Anne Filippo, or Fanny Ball, doesn't smell anything like the original L'Interdit. And so the original was created by Francis Febron, and at the time after he created it for the Fair Lady, they asked her if they could take it to the public, and she allegedly reported "Je vous l'interdis," which is French, from French translated to English, "I forbid you." But they went ahead and they did it anyway. But yeah, this is a lovely, lovely scent. Very, very much a tuberose scent. It has the top notes of poppy, middle notes of tuberose and orange blossom, and the base is vetiver and patchouli. And it inspired me to purchase a slightly dented bottle of L'Interdit EDT. Now, I thought I was going to wait and try out the Eau de Perfume, but me being the impatient sort, I went ahead and I purchased the larger bottle, and I wore it yesterday, and the heat was moderate, and this worked beautifully. Now, when I sprayed it, this really reminds me of like either cherry or raspberry slushies. And I remember smelling this for the first time when I went to New York City a couple years ago, and I wasn't all that impressed with it. I mean, it was beautiful, and it certainly has the history behind it. But, I joined Fragrance Net's Purple Luxe Club to ask for some of the well-known historically derived perfumes just so I could see what the fuss is about. And yeah, so this impressed me enough that I purchased it. It's very sweet, but then it just becomes very refreshing, and it has wonderful longevity in the heat. So, and again, purchased this on a third-party gray market site, a discounter site, and got this for 65 bucks too. So, Launcherdie, it does not resemble Audrey Hepburn's version, but still a beautiful scent. And I love Givenchy's perfumes, so this is a great one. So now the next perfume is something that I have considered purchasing for a couple of years. Once again, I smelled a perfume at a shop in New York City. In fact, I think it was Edis Diva Nustis on the Lower East Side. They suggested this perfume. This is Astier de Villatte's Grand Chalet. And oh my goodness. And it comes in this really pretty box where it just lifts out. And this is the smaller version, and it's a cologne. So it doesn't have enormous longevity, but it's so beautiful. And since I smelled it a couple of years ago, I just could not forget it. And I tried out their Mantis La Jolie, which is a very minty scent, but then I thought, you know what, I need to get Grand Chalet. And it was created and released by the perfumer Francois Caron. It was launched in 2016. And what's interesting about Francois Caron is she is the sister of Olivier Cresp, and who would go on to create the defining gourmand in the early 1990s with Thierry Mugler's Angel. But this is just gorgeous. And this really, really reminds me, if you have Jo Malone's Mimosa and Cardamom, these two are pretty darn similar. Grand Chalet has verbena, aromatic lavender, rosemary, basil, and the lightness of a flower note. It also has traces of benzoin for a long-lasting freshness, according to the Astier de Villatte website. It also contains essences of verbena, bergamot, orange petitgrain, basil, rosemary, neroli, and musks. And I love this. I think that actually Jo Malone, if you can believe it, may be longer lasting than this. But they're both colognes, but very, very similar. And so, yeah, I finally got Grand Chalet, and it's beautiful. And I have never been to the Astier de Villatte shop in Paris, but apparently they're known for their ceramics and home goods, and apparently it's exquisite. But I love this perfume, and I got it. Okay, and then thanks to a viewer request, I was introduced to a wonderful Revlon scent. So I was asked to compare Revlon's Ciara to Dana's Chantilly, and so I probably smelled Ciara when I was rummaging around some antique store, and sometimes you see bottles that are completely empty, and for some reason people are trying to sell the bottles. But I did not realize how beautiful this is. Now, this does come in a couple of concentrations. It comes in the 100, and I want to make sure, yeah, the 100% concentrate and the 80% concentrate. And the version that I have is 80%. This was launched in 1973, and oh my goodness, there is some similarity to Chantilly, but this is a perfume all on its own. And it's got neroli, bergamot, lemon, and raspberry in the top. It has palmarosa. iris, jasmine, rosewood, and ylang ylang in the heart notes. And the base is frankincense, opopanax, cedarwood, leather, musk, and vanilla. And to that viewer, may I just say thank you. This is just it's a beautiful ambery scent. It's floral, but it's kind of spicy. And even though I purchased it in the summer, I think that this will easily carry through to the fall. It's a really beautiful scent. So how many of you know Ciara? It's been around for a long time, and you know, when I went into CVS recently and just peeked at their perfume offerings, this was there. And I purchased this off Amazon, and I mean, it was like $25, if that. It might have been cheaper. In fact, much cheaper. So yeah, this is a great scent. I was so impressed. So to the viewer who made the request, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, and so as I was perusing the different fragrance websites, and also spraying scents in Ulta, just browsing around, I sprayed Good Girl Jasmine Absolute by Carolina Herrera and wanted to get a travel size scent, and I think Fragrance Net was out of this one. But I thought, whoa, this is absolutely beautiful. So this was created by Louise Turner and Quentin Biche. It came out in 2025, and oh, boy, it is a lovely gourmand jasmine. I will spray this so I can relive the glory. But yeah, this is just so beautiful, and I really do see a bottle of this in my future. This has mandarin orange and black currant in the top notes. The middle notes contain jasmine and bitter almond, and the heart, or I should say the base, is toffee, roasted tonka bean, and benzoin. Oh, I love this. I love it. And I'm not ready to pull the trigger on something that's like almost $150, and I know, relatively speaking, that's not a terribly expensive perfume. And this is it is a perfume. It's an Eau de Perfume, Absolute. So yeah, Carolina Herrera's Good Girl Jasmine Absolute. This is a winner, and I love this. So if any of you caught the lemon body wash video I did, and I probably posted it now, maybe a month and a half to 2 months ago, this was the summer of citruses and a summer of trying out lemon body washes. I thought it would be fun, and the viewership was moderate for me. But I do have to say, among the 10 or so body washes that I tried, I really have come to love Harry's Spring Lemon and Basil. This is a beautiful scent. Now, this is a company that caters to men. I don't look at perfumes and products by the binary of men or women. I think this is absolutely beautiful. It's very herbal, very herbaceous, and it just, the smell projects after you use it. Now, I will say that this is pretty thin as far as consistency, but oh, it's just beautiful. So I think it's really become a standout among the crowded field of lemon body washes that I have been using all summer. And I'll tell you, using lemon body washes in the morning is a great thing. So yeah, so I just needed to mention this. It's a good one. So now I realize I am jumping on the bandwagon with a very popular scent here, and I picked up a travel size of Burberry Goddess, and I have smelled it in the store a couple of times, and I'll tell you, I just can't resist it. I couldn't resist it. And Burberry Brit used to be my signature scent, and I wore the heck out of it. I had the perfume version, and it lasts a long time. I have a bottle from 2015, and it's only about a quarter empty. So I'm going to spray this, and this is another one that I think is going to very easily take me into the fall. Yeah, this was created 2023, created by Amandine Clerc Marie, and it's rated extremely high as far as popularity amongst women. It's got vanilla, lavender, vanilla absolute, ginger, and cocoa. I love it. So I loved it. I had to have it. So I think I purchased this at Nordstrom, $40. So I thought, that's worth the money. Another investment this summer, Burberry Goddess. I finally got onto the Sol de Janeiro bandwagon, and I think the scents are really, really nice. And what I found interesting is using their Boom Boom cream. At least the Cheirosa 69, it comes with caffeine, and I made the mistake of applying a caffeinated body cream at night, and I'll tell you, I don't know if there's any correlation, but I used it and I slept really lightly. So have any of you experienced that? I mean, I don't drink caffeine to begin with, but I will tell you, the perfume or the body spray that I did invest in, along with a small size of the Cheirosa 69, is Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 87, which again is a tuberose scent, and I love it. This has coconut milk, it has tuberose, and warm sand. So as so many of you probably know, this does not last a long time. They're not meant to, but they're $25, and I loved this. It's just delicious. It's a very beachy, solar scent. It evokes the smell of the beach, and I found it just was perfect. And I've got a lot of tuberose scents now, so I think tuberose flowers are totally tubular, and you'll get that reference if you grew up in the 80s. So yeah, another one I purchased this summer. So, and I think I'm going to enjoy it into the fall too. So that makes 12 fragrances, and I did, well, actually no, I have another one that I purchased, and I can't believe that I forgot this, because this is really one of my favorite. And let me see, yeah, I totally skipped over it. It was high on my list, but I purchased MAC Turquatic. And, you know, I was seeing it on other content creators' perfume wardrobe shelves, and I thought, oh my God, it's so stinking cute. But, and I think the bottle is just beautiful. So I thought, you know what, I need to check this out. And this was created in 2005. And, you know, people, I am not a huge fan of aquatic scents, but I love this. Because it's not only aquatic, it is floral too. And I wore this last night, and it's totally something that you can wear to bed. And I find it's just not really heavy at all. So this is a favorite. So it's got lotus, blue atlas cedar, mineral water, anemone, orris root, and cottonwood. It's really, really pretty, and it was not expensive. I purchased it off the MAC website, and I think I got it for less than $30. This is the smaller version. There is a bigger size bottle, but yeah, I love this, and I've already kind of made a dent, which I consider an accomplishment. So that is MAC Turquatic. Technically, it would be considered vintage since it came out in 2005. And so I think that makes 12 fragrances, but I will tell you that I did want to give an honorable mention to a scent that I picked up, and this is LUSH's Big. So this is very much a laundry type scent, and it comes in this, it looks like a product cleaner. This was released in 2018. It's a fresh floral. So it's got neroli, it's got orange blossom absolute, it's got Sicilian mandarin orange, and it's got vanilla absolute. And I'll tell you, now I purchased a retro bottle of Bath & Body Works' Cotton Blossom, which has been discontinued for years. But I have to say, this is I think, a pretty close dupe to Cotton Blossom. So when I run out of the body wash, I will just move over to Big. So yeah, there's something a little bit more. Maybe it's the orange blossom absolute. It's more orangey, but it's a great scent. So I wanted to give that a honorable mention. It's won't bring you to your knees, but it's a great perfume. And technically, it is a body spray, so it is not a perfume. But yeah, a really nice product, and it's cruelty-free. And it introduced me to more products by LUSH. So, all right. So there you have it, folks. That is everything that I was inspired by, that I felt I could not live without. And so I know that we have another month of technical summer where I am in the northern Midwest in the United States, and we're not letting it go by any means, but I did want to share with you everything that I was impressed with this summer, and I will look forward to wearing these scents, some throughout the fall. So let me know, what were some of your favorite scents this summer? What did you buy that was new? What are you looking forward to for the fall? I don't even want to think about the fall yet. I'm just not ready. But thank you so much for tuning into my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will consider giving this a thumbs up, subscribing, turning on the bell to get the notifications whenever I upload a new video. And with that, I will say I hope that you have had a wonderful summer, and I will see you on my next video. So take care. Bye-bye.